सेव किया था ना?
मैं सिर्फ इसलिए गया था क्योंकि उसने मुझे कॉल किया, that's it. But listen तो.
Save it for someone else.
जिंदगी में सेव करना जरूरी है, मगर जब बात पैसों की हो, सिर्फ सेविंग से काम नहीं चलेगा। इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए और अपने सेविंग्स को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Who is number 3 in the BJP hierarchy after Narendra Modi and Amit Shah? Dumb question, isn't it? It has to be BJP President JP Nadda. Look at the pictures when they walk together at party events. Is Prime Minister Modi in the lead, Home Minister Shah a few inches behind, and Nadda a few feet behind him, almost in single file. There are photographs of Nadda presiding over party meetings, addressing rallies, and meeting chief ministers and other bigwigs in the organization and the government. All decisions in the party are taken in Nadda's name, just as all executive action of the government of India is taken in the name of the president. So on the face of it, the debate over number 3 position may sound out of place. Where it assumes relevance is when one looks at the emergence of a strong number 4 in the party hierarchy, with the number 3 question deemed to be settled. During Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Lal Krishna Advani years, number 1 and number 2 positions were cemented, while the rest of the pecking order virtually depended on public perception. No matter if a stalwart like Kushabha Thackeray was the party president or some political lightweights like, say, Bangaru Lakshman. By the way, remember the only Dalit BJP chief? Lightweights like Bangaru Lakshman, Jana Krishnamurthy or Venkaiah Naidu occupied that vaunted position of the party president. The same held true for even Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari's presidential tenures. There was always a Pramod Mahajan, an Arun Jaitley, a Sushma Swaraj, or some chief ministers like Narendra Modi or Shivraj Chauhan who would actually muddy the hierarchy after the top 2. Not much had changed in the Modi-Shah era. The party president is deemed to be number 3, as was the case in the Vajpayee-Advani era. Of course, the number 3 spot becomes redundant if one of the top 2 holds the post of the party president. Say, when Amit Shah was the party president, it was Modi and Shah as number 1 and number 2. And there was no number 3, number 4. I mean, the rest were all together in one group. Now that we have a BJP president, JP Nadda, I mean, he is deemed to be number 3. Howsoever technically, what has changed now is a clear emergence of number 4 in the BJP hierarchy. It's BL Santhosh, who has emerged as a rock star general secretary organization, I would say. I mean, who flies from one state capital to another with chief ministers, ministers, party leaders, all in attendance. On Friday, when BL Santhosh visited Dehradun, a BJP MLA wanted to greet him with a bouquet, but the man who was interested to bring it was taking time. And then Santhosh says, as I'm told, then BL Santhosh says, "Aap sust hai ki vyavastha hi sust hai? Iske liye, are you lazy or is the entire system lazy?" I mean, of course, the other BJP leaders present there could only smile in embarrassment. Santosh met ministers and party office bearers, and that was just a day after Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami had returned from Delhi. Santosh was meeting all the ministers to take their feedback about the functioning of the government and the party. The next day, on Saturday, Santosh was in Ratan Pani Sanctuary in Bhopal, presiding over a BJP meeting attended by CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan, some of his ministers, union ministers, at least 5 union ministers from the state, and senior BJP leaders. They were not supposed to use any mobile or talk to the media. A practice, in fact, if you recall, I have spoken about it in some other episode. This was started by Modi in Gujarat in 1980s. You know, when he would send batches of BJP leaders to hold meetings at far-flung places with no mobile connectivity, no media around. They were all focused on their work. So what Modi had started then, Santhosh was doing in Bhopal. Then another instance, last month, BL Santhosh was in Shimla, holding one-on-one meetings with ministers to take their feedback about the functioning of the government. So look at this direct connect. It's not like you're depending on the chief minister or the state BJP president for feedback. You're asking ministers, meeting them individually to take their feedback. And this is what BL Santhosh has been doing in many states. One can only guess what message Santhosh gives the chief ministers, ministers, and party leaders. By the way, he's a big fan of Shah Rukh Khan starrer Chak De India, that movie. So we are given to understand that he has seen that movie at least a dozen times. I really wonder Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue, whether that resonates in Santosh's meetings with party office bearers. You remember that dialogue in that Chak De India movie? इस टीम को सिर्फ वो प्लेयर चाहिए जो पहले इंडिया के लिए खेल रहे हैं, फिर अपनी टीम में अपने साथियों के लिए खेलते हैं, और उसके बाद भी थोड़ी बहुत जान बच जाए तो अपने लिए. Basically, this team needs players who play for India. In this context, read BJP. So this team needs players who play for the BJP. After that, play for the BJP first. Then they have to play for their party colleagues. I'm just twisting it a bit in the political context. And then, if any more strength is left, they can play for themselves. So I'm just twisting what Shah Rukh Khan said in Chak De India. Like, this is what probably BL Santhosh may be talking there. Just a wild guess. There have been many illustrious personalities who held the post of General Secretary Organization, from Deen Dayal Upadhyay and Sundar Singh Bhandari in the Jan Sangh, that is the BJP's precursor, to Narendra Modi, K.N. Govindacharya, Sanjay Joshi, Ram Lal, all these General Secretary organizations in the BJP. All of them wielded great influence by virtue of the post they held. Now, this post, General Secretary Organization, which Santhosh is holding now, at the national or state level, in state BJP also you have General Secretary Organization. So whether it's at a state or national level, this post is held by a full-time pracharak of the RSS, who is loaned to the BJP. He is basically on deputation in the BJP. Mind you, I'm not saying he or she, because no woman has ever held this post. The General Secretary Organization reports to the party president, but only technically. For all practical purposes, his reporting manager is the RSS chief, RSS Sarsang Chalak, through a dotted line reporting to Sampark Adhikari or coordinator. In this case, now you have this joint General Secretary Arun Kumar, who is the coordinator between the BJP and RSS today. So that coordinator, he is the basically liaison man between the Sangh and the party and the BJP. And General Secretary Organization reports to him and then directly to the RSS chief also. BL Santhosh has also become Modi's pointsman when it comes to conveying tough messages, like, asking then Gujarat CM Vijay Rupani or then Tripura CM Biplav Dev to resign. In the Union Cabinet revamp last year, Modi entrusted him with the task of calling up party MPs to tell them that they were to be in Delhi in the next 24 hours as they were going to be inducted as ministers. So he keeps a close watch on the happenings in the organization and intervenes when and where he has to. From ensuring the BJP's adherence to its larger ideological agenda and vision, to ironing out wrinkles in its organizational machinery, and effecting coordination between the Sangh and the BJP at all levels. As the RSS representative in the BJP, he has a say in installing the what you call right people in the right places, in the organization and the government, as also in dropping them. Obviously, the post BL Santhosh holds has enormous powers, General Secretary Organization. But none of his predecessors were so high profile when they held that post. Not even Narendra Modi. His predecessors were virtually invisible, backroom players. So an RSS old hand recalled this to me sometime back. In 2003, Sanjay Joshi was traveling in a train in a AC three-tier coach from Delhi to Ranchi. His close aide kept bringing him the phone. Sir, Advani ji ka phone hai. Sir, Pramod ji ka phone hai. Basically, sir, there is a call from Advani and there is a call from Pramod Mahajan. His aide was with him. He would keep bringing the phone to him. After a while, a co-passenger got upset. अरे आप सही में इतने बड़े हैं तो थर्ड क्लास में क्यों चल रहा है? Basically, if you're such a big man, why are you traveling in a third class compartment? AC3 tier. Sanjay Joshi just smiled. That's what I'm told by somebody who was accompanying him then. In the past, Santhosh's predecessors relied on general secretaries organization in state BJP units. If they needed to intervene, say in case of factionalism, they would call the concerned parties and do the needful very discreetly without making any public display of it. If they had to, they would meet ministers without many outside the party knowing about it. They wouldn't make public comments. This is where BL Santhosh is very different. We have seen like how he has been meeting people in sanctuaries, he goes to state capitals, meets all the ministers, takes direct feedbacks. And as for not making public comments, how he is different, he shares his views on anything and everything on Twitter, targeting his party's critics and adversaries. He even threatened US presidential candidate Bernie Sanders with intervention in the 2020 election. He tweeted, "How much ever neutral we wish to be, you compel us to play a role in presidential elections." That was BL Santosh's tweet. Of course, he deleted it later. So, what's behind the change in the role of the RSS pointsman in the BJP? First, it has to do with Santosh's individual personality. A chemical engineer, BL Santhosh is a social media savvy RSS pracharak, a la Modi. His detractors accuse him of harboring political ambitions, and this is attributed to his long-standing feud with B.S. Yediyurappa. Santhosh has, however, been grooming young leaders in the state, including Mysore MP Pratap Simha and Bangalore South MP Tejaswi Surya. So if he has any political ambitions, I would say he has been extremely discreet about it. Anyway, if one RSS pracharak can become the Prime Minister of India and another pracharak can become Haryana Chief Minister, and why to blame BL Santhosh for nursing ambitions, if at all? Second, Santhosh is the RSS pointsman in the BJP at a time when the line between the ideological patron and the political protege is blurred. Prime Minister Modi is the RSS and vice versa today. Santhosh knows it well, and that is why he seems to have changed his reporting manager from the RSS Sanchalak through the dotted line, of course, to PM Modi. That is the source of his power. And unlike his predecessors, he doesn't mind flaunting it. If someone in the Sangh or the BJP is uneasy about it, so be it. That's all from me in this episode of Politically Correct. Thanks for watching.